Hey, this is Michi Renee with the Unicorn Tribe, and I am delivering this week's live training in the Clubhouse Connectors Facebook group. If you are not in there, you must be for my audience on YouTube and Periscope. You can find this group on Facebook under Clubhouse Connectors. We would love to have you there. Today, we are going to be talking about how to effectively host a Clubhouse room. And first, we really want to talk about the terminology. But before we go any further than that, I just want to introduce myself for those of you who don't know me. I am Michi Renee. I am the COO and co-founder of the Unicorn Tribe, and I help women to build and grow profitable online businesses, nonprofits, or ministries so that they can have the life they love and the business, nonprofit, or ministry they have been called to. And I do that through coaching and consulting. One of my favorite platforms that we are going to be talking about tonight, and the reason this group was created, is ClubHouse. So today we are going to be talking about how to host a Clubhouse room. And let's just go over the terminology and what that means, because I find people mix up and don't really understand what it means to host, co-host, moderate, co-moderate. It's not one and the same. So when you hear someone say they are going to host a room, the host is the person who creates the room. Who schedules the room, whether you do it as a pop-up, whether you schedule an event. The person who creates the room is the host. Now, if myself as the host has invited someone else to join me, that person now becomes the co-host. So I have a host, that is me, and I have now a co-host. In addition to a host and a co-host, you can also have what they call moderators or co-moderators. So we're not going to get into training for moderators and co-moderators. Right now, we're going to be talking about hosts and co-hosts and what that means when you are creating and establishing a room. So first and foremost, in hosting a successful room, is you want to have a successful room title or room type. It does matter. What I have found as it relates to the algorithm is you do need to create what they call sexy titles. So things that are going to draw people in. Your title matters, and I have been testing different things out. I will say that there are some terms that you want to stay away from in your titles because it will actually shadow ban your room, and you do not want that. So you do not want to have anything in your title that has to do with money. You don't want to have anything in there that's derogatory, racial, discriminatory. You don't want anything in your room titles as it relates to actual competitors of Clubhouse. So you don't want to have like Twitter Spaces in your title or anything like that. So you do need to be careful on what you're putting in as your room title. So some room types that are not um, what is the word I'm trying to say? That you should not use and you do not want to go in because they are banned. I see them every day. Those silent rooms, the ones that say follow for follow, any rooms that are like that, those are prohibited on the app, and it has been confirmed some weeks back by Paul and Rohan that can get your account suspended or banned. So don't host silent rooms. Don't go into silent rooms. Don't host follow for follow rooms. Don't go into those rooms Those are ways that people are getting their accounts suspended or banned being in those rooms. So now that you have a great title for your room, you are going to actually determine whether you are going to host your room as a pop-up, if you are going to host your room under a club, if you are going to host your room, if you have your own club, if you are going to host that room under someone else's club. So let's just talk about those two scenarios. So scenario number one is you schedule your event or your room ahead of time. One of the benefits of scheduling your room ahead of time is people can actually see it on the schedule. They can actually save it to their calendars, go back to it, and remember it. I do that. I will go through, sometimes I will go through a few days ahead of time and just look through the events that have already been scheduled, and any that I'm interested in, I will actually add them to my calendar. Other people do what they call pop-ups. And so let's just say they may know a week from now that they're actually going to do and host a room on today at 7, but they will host it as a pop-up. So they'll actually go onto the app and actually schedule and do a pop-up right in the moment. Okay. One of the reasons I don't do that is because, again, it doesn't give people the ability to see that you have scheduled a room ahead of time. And so maybe they already have a plan to attend another room later. But that is one thing that you can do, that if you just wake up today and decide, you know what, I want to do a room on how to braid hair today, and you just start it. So that's the second way. Now, you can host a room under your club or someone else's club. Now, depending on what club you're interested in and what clubs you are a part of, the clubs have rules as it relates to club members opening rooms. Like some clubs, they're okay with it. You can host rooms, closed rooms. Some clubs, you can host open rooms. If an admin is going to open it up for you, they have to be on your event, and then the admin will go in and open it up to the public. What that does is, if you decide to open it under a club, that's part of a visibility strategy, because now not only is it notifying the people who follow you, it's also notifying those people who follow the club and who are members of the club. So I would almost encourage you, if you have been doing your rooms outside of a club, please feel free, reach out to me. I have 2 clubs. One of them is called Unicorn Tribe, and it's open to men and women to host rooms under there. In my other club, Women's Collaborative, it's just what it says. It's only women can join the club and host rooms, but men are able to attend the rooms under any of the clubs. But what that does is it now leverages the members of my club for you to be able to gain more visibility, because when you open up that room under my club, all the club members are notified that there is a room open in that club, and you can pull in people that you may not have otherwise had access to. You definitely want to have a wide variety of co-hosts. You want people who have more of a following than you do. You want people to have a different type of audience that follow them, because that also gives people more, again, that's that visibility piece. You have different types of people seeing your club, seeing your room, than you would not have. That also, when you bring in other people, you're also leveraging their audience as well. What I mean by that, let's just say you, as the person hosting the room, you have 700 followers, but one of your co-hosts has 1,700 followers, one of your co-hosts has 3,500 followers, and one of your co-hosts has 200 and something followers. So what that does is, now all the people who are involved in hosting this room, they are now able to, you are now tapping into their audience as well, because all the people that follow them now get a notification that Michi is on stage speaking in X, Y, and Z room. And that's why, if you've ever heard someone say, oh, she brought this many people into the room when she came in, and that's because people are notified when that person is speaking. So I know that I have already a group of people that pretty much any given time that I'm in a room, I can guarantee one of about 15 people that are going to come, because they always come into my rooms and hear me speak. I can name the 15 on my two hands and then some of the people who will always come when I open a room. They may not all come at once, but I know 4 or 5 of these same people are going to definitely always be in the room, because they just show up. And you will start to build your following when you start hosting rooms on Clubhouse. You will get to know the people who will come into the room. Even if they don't get the notification, they will come in. You will have the people that if you invite them in, they will come as well. And you will start to build up your following. And it is very crucial and key, because you can leverage other people's audience to build your audience. And, I just want to go through, before we go any further, on actually some of the things that I was referring to. So I'm going to actually go into Clubhouse. And so we're actually going to do this right at the moment. So this is I hope you can see this. I'm going to actually start a room. I'm going to do a pop-up room. And when it comes up, it has like all the clubs that you are a part of, including your own club. So basically what I would do is, let's just say I was going to start a room. I just did where I'm starting an open room. And I just literally started the room just now, and see what happened when I hit start a room. My faithful people that always pop in when I start rooms, they're already starting to pop in. Hey guys, you're inside of my my Facebook training. I was just demonstrating on how to start a room, and the 4 of you popped in as soon as, the 3 of you popped in as soon as I actually did that. So I'm going to actually in the room right now, because this is not a real room. Hi guys. See what happens when you start a room? Your faithful people start coming in. Thank you guys. I greatly appreciate that. You're welcome. I am actually doing YouTube. Bye. See how that works? Literally, I just started a room as a demonstration to you guys, and some of my loyal people, as soon as I started that room, popped in. So I just hit start a room from here. And so this time I'm going to hit start a room. And so what I did before was I clicked open. And so you could also put it under this club. So I just clicked the club there, and then I would hit let's go, and it would start again, and probably those same people would pop in again. Every time they see me start a room, they come in, because what starts to happen is people see that you add value. They see that you know what you're talking about. They see that they know what you're doing. and they continuously want to come into the space with you, and you start to build partnerships, and you start to build collaborations, and you start to build your family. I love Clubhouse for that, because what it's done is it's allowed me to authentically connect with people. It's amazing. And I greatly appreciate every person that comes in and out of my rooms. Okay, so moving right along with the training. So now let's say you wanted to schedule an event. So what you're going to do is you're going to go back to the hallway. You're going to click on the calendar. You're going to see the plus sign. And this is where you're going to schedule your event. This is where you're going to add your co-hosts. So remember, I said the more you have, the more people that will be able to see your event. So ask 2 or 3 or 4 people to co-host with you. People are flattered by that. You're going to put your date, you're going to put your time, your host club, and a description. So when you select your times, what I've found is the off times work best. So instead of 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, maybe you schedule yours for 5:08 or 5:10 or 5:29 or 5:37. Something that's an off time that everyone is not choosing 12 or 1, that yours is slightly off. So like what I do is like I put mine to like one of mine is at when I do the daily dose of business, it's at 12:05 Central Standard Time. When I do Clubhouse Conversation, what's the word on the streets, that one is at 9:35 a.m. So try off times, because it's slightly different than everybody else's. And supposedly, I don't know that to be true, that it throws off the algorithm just a bit, because everybody else is scheduling theirs to the hour, but yours is something off the hour. So definitely try that with your time. Use in the descriptions, make sure you have emojis. You're being truthful about what the room is about. I can't tell you how many times that I've seen a title to a room and be like, "Ooh, that's interesting. I wanted to participate." And then I get in the room and it's nothing like what the title says. So it's extremely misleading and it's a waste of people's time. So don't do that, because what will happen is people will go in and they'll listen for 1 or 2 minutes and they'll pop out, because what you put on the title is not what you're actually talking about. I do understand, though, that sometimes we can go off topic in the room. And so at the moment that someone pops in, you may be way off topic and they're like, "Ooh, yeah, that's not what I wanted." So kind of remember that, to stay on topic with what you're talking about, because people are coming into your rooms based on the title that you gave it. So use emojis, use things that are super descriptive. Make sure you have a description so people can really understand what the room is about, even if they don't understand the title. So like, for example, my room that I do every day at 12:05 Central Standard Time is called the Daily Dose of Business. And so what I do is, in the description, I explain what the Daily Dose of Business is. So the Daily Dose of Business was designed to be a very short room, 30 to 40 minutes max. And basically what we do is we take one business topic and we talk about that quickly. So it's meant to be like a hit it and quit it, like a dose of medication that you can take on your lunch break if you are at work with a 30-minute lunch. I usually like to have that room ending by like 12:35, 12:40 at the latest. So hence the reason why it's called the Daily Dose of Business, because you're getting a small hit of one topic. So usually we will take one topic and we will talk about it for the week. Like this last week, we talked about let's get visible, is what we talked about last week. So we were talking about visibility. And this week we've been talking about client attraction. So we will continue to talk about that all week. So really understanding your titles is going to be imperative to help you keep working. Ooh, we have a comment. Let's see. Hey, Courtney, how are you? Yes, please, for those who are watching, even if you watch the replay, which I did forget to ask. So if you are watching me live, drop a hashtag live. And if you are watching the replay, drop a hashtag replay. Please ask any questions that you may have, even if you watch this later and it is on the replay. I will get a notification and I will answer any and all questions that anyone may have. Yeah, so that is very good on that. And so I am located in Irving, Texas. Where is everyone around the world? Drop a hashtag. Let me know where you're located. Yes, all is well. Thank you. I am doing my weekly training on Clubhouse. So I am just making sure everybody knows what I know, you know, how I do. So yeah. Right. So once you have actually, so we've gone through scheduling your event. Now it's time to promote your event. So you've got your event scheduled. So let me go back into one of my events that's already scheduled. So the next event that I have tonight is called Loving Over 40 or Dating Over 40. And so what you're going to do is on the bottom here, across the bottom, you can see where it says share, tweet, copy link, add to calendar. So the first thing I do is tweet it. So I'm going to hit tweet. And Courtney, why are you not being able to get on Clubhouse? Get on there. So what I'm doing is I am actually tweeting that. I do that for any event that I actually am doing and scheduling. It's available, it's there. I have my Twitter account connected. That is one more way to advertise. Also, I'm going to hit share and I'm going to send this email. So there is a website that's called Yo-Yo Club. And basically, Yo-Yo Club is the Eventbrite for Clubhouse. So what you're going to do is hit go at yoyoclub.com and you're going to email them this link that you're sharing. Oh, let me get that on the camera. And so basically what's going to happen is Yo-Yo Club is going to add my room to their website. So in less than 30 seconds, I've already advertised this to Twitter. I've also advertised it to Yo-Yo Club because now they're going to add it to their website so that anyone who visits on their website can see all the open and available rooms for the day. Then I'm going to copy where it says copy link. And I'm going to actually create a story on Instagram and a story for Facebook and promote this for tonight. So you have just did in less than a minute, you've advertised this now 3 separate places, and it took you 1 minute to do that from your event on for your event that you created on Clubhouse. So I see someone said that they're from the Carolinas. However, I cannot see your name. You do have to enable StreamYard so I'm able to see you. Okay, Courtney, me and you, we gonna fight because you're in Dallas again and you did not tell me you were coming to Dallas. Who does that? Like, I thought we were friends. What's up with that, dude? Like, okay, I'm not gonna even go there with you. Anyway, I'm ignoring you now. We're not friends anymore. X out. But anyway, I'm just playing. So now your event is scheduled. you're ready to start promoting it. And now it will be in your queue that says my events. So when you want to find what you have for the day, it'll be, it'll be right here under the tab that says my events. Also, what will happen is now anyone who is searching for rooms that they want to go to, for anyone who has rooms that they want to go to, they will actually be able to find your event in the calendar, and they can now add it to their calendar if they want to participate. So does anyone, I'm going to pause for a moment. Does anyone on the live have any questions that they would like to ask? Anything that they would like to say? Any comments or questions? Please feel free to drop it in right now. Oh, you just got here? Somehow I don't believe that, but I'm going to let you make it with that. I'm going to let you make it. But okay, I would actually love everyone's suggestions because I am going to be doing these live trainings every week. I would love for you guys to tell me what you would like to have training on. It could be Clubhouse related, it could be business related, pretty much anything. What would you like to see training on? So this was kind of my how to host a Clubhouse room. So other caveat to that is, so we just talked about how to host it. Now, what happens when you have a co-host? So for example, let's just say I decided that Courtney and I are going to host a room together. So on my event that I created, I'm going to now go in, add Courtney as a co-host. And what he can now do is go in, if he has a Twitter, and tweet it on his account. He can also put it on his Instagram stories and his Facebook stories as well. And now we have double the amount of advertising going out because we are both promoting the room that we are now in. So not only am I promoting to my audience, but he's also promoting to his audience. I would say that if someone were co-hosting with me, that is what I would like for them to do. I want them to promote it just as well as me promote it and not just one-sided. So again, that's now a part of your visibility strategy because you're leveraging someone else's audience to get in front of them, for them to see you and for you to see them. That is the purpose and the reason for having other people in the room hosting. In addition to that, gives you a different skill set to also leverage. Other people come in with their expertise as well, and that will help your platform. Let's see if we have any other questions or comments. We don't have any other questions at this time. But if you are ready to level up and take your Clubhouse game to the next step quickly, please click the link that is, I'm going to post in the comments. You can click, you can't click the link, but you can see the link that is scrolling in the actual video. I'm going to drop the link in the comments, but I am doing Clubhouse strategy sessions where you will actually, at the end of our 2 hours together, you will actually have a executable strategy on how to be seen, get visible, and monetize your Clubhouse. Does anyone have any questions, comments, anything that they would like to say or add at the moment? Otherwise, I pray that you guys have the most amazing rest of your night. Do something for yourself, do something for someone else, and let God do something for you. Get clear, got strategy, secure the bag. Bye.